welcome back to another segment with the shortsaleminute.com. Today Ryan and I are here to talk to you a little bit, give you a little bit more information on the differences between loan modifications, short sales, and the foreclosure process. One thing to keep in mind when it comes to loan modifications is the consequences down the road. In other words, if you were to successfully navigate through the loan mod process and somehow ended up in a permanent loan modification, it is a 5-year arrangement. It is not a 30-year deal. At this point in time anyway, that is what the lenders are offering. So my point here is you need to understand what things are going to look like for you 5 years from now. This could be nothing more than a very temporary band-aid that leads to a much worse problem down the road. So Ryan and I like to refer to this as a toxic loan. In essence, that is what this is. It's a redo of what we've seen the last 7 or 8 years. It's almost shocking that the lenders are introducing this kind of a compromise into a situation that really needs to be addressed differently.
The funny thing is, a lot of people frowned upon the 125% loan-to-value loan. It was generally 100% first and then a 25% second. But in a lot of cases, on these permanent loan mods, we're talking about a 200% loan-to-value, which means you owe 100% more than what your home is worth on this permanent loan modification. Another thing to take into consideration is what your balance is today. After the permanent loan modification, it's going to increase on you because there's going to be late fees, there's going to be service fees, and all that deferred interest from missed payments is going to be tacked onto that. So you're going to owe more once you sign the documents for that permanent loan modification. And that's a pretty scary thing, because 5 years from now, I don't see us really getting out of this hole that we're in. A lot of people may have said that we hit bottom, but I just don't see it with some of the things that are projected in the future. Certainly we won't be, in 5 years from now, we won't be at a place to where you could refinance out of 150% to 200% loan-to-value permanent loan mod.
I think what Ryan is saying is, what's the value of your home going to be 5 years from now? Is the value of your home going to increase enough to cover the difference between what the value is today and what you actually owe? It's unlikely, particularly in many markets in the United States. We happen to be in California. I can almost tell you with 100% confidence that most people will never see that. Florida is another state that in all likelihood won't recover, certainly not in 5 years. Arizona, Nevada. There are several areas of the country that are going to suffer for a long time and could be hurt more than helped by this loan modification.
Something I just read, 16 million people in the nation are underwater. They owe more on the home than it is worth. Of that 16 million, 40% of those are in California. So what does that tell you? I mean, we're not going to get out of this overnight. Nope. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen in 5 years. So just be very cautious looking into that permanent loan modification if you can navigate and actually get one done.
Yep. So Ryan wants to tell us a little bit about the team of folks that we've set up to help us and help you get through this process.
One thing I want to make perfectly clear is that the short sale versus foreclosure, a lot of people think that they're the same, they're treated the same. But that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, we have to think about the tax consequences of each decision you make, whether it's a short sale or just staying in the home as long as you can without making a payment and having that foreclosure date come. Also, the financial picture. What does the future hold for you? What is the impact on these choices that you're making now? And that's why we constructed this team. We have CPAs on the team. We have attorneys. We have credit restoration experts that can help us navigate through all the noise out there. You know, there's a lot of people. I mean, if you ask a typical loan officer right now, how long is it going to take for me to get back into the game into owning real estate? I don't think they can answer that question because the laws change daily and there's a lot of misinformation out there. So we've constructed that team, then we have the answers for you. I think in our next segment, we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about some of the negotiation tactics that we use to get our short sales pushed through, which we are over 90% successful with our short sales. With some lenders, we're 100% successful because we have those key contacts. And so I think, unless you want to add anything, Nick?
No, I think that's it for this session. One thing I guess I will add, though, is this. If you have questions, you can certainly go to our website at www.theshortsaleminute.com and look at the How It Works page, which will explain to you in a lot more detail how a short sale actually works. You can also look at our resource page and peruse some of the articles on there. In fact, there's a good article on there talking about some of these tax consequences and financial pictures, and bankruptcy as an option, and foreclosure as a last resort. You can look at that article online.
One thing I want to make clear also is that, this isn't a one solution fits all. Everyone's situation is a little bit different. When we consult with clients, we custom tailor a plan for them and let them decide what's going to work out best. Our team kind of illustrates, okay, this is the consequence with this is the consequence with that. Which one is more appealing to you? So I want to make that clear to you as well. Any questions, again, direct them to info@theshortsaleminute.com. I promise you for the next segment, we will actually be in different clothes.
Talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.